Okay, in this video, I'm going to show you how to put a floor plan onto a pre-formatted title block sheet. For the assignments for this class, we'll just use an 11 by 17 sheet. When you're actually working at a design firm, they will probably be using either 24-inch by 36-inch title block sheets or 30 by 42-inch sheets. But for what we're doing for this class, 11 by 17 will be just fine. What I want you to do is go to the floor plan view for 02 entry level. This is the image that we will be putting onto a title block sheet. The first thing we're going to modify this just a little bit. We're going to turn off the typography first of all. So in order to turn off different things in your model, you want to use a command called Visibility Graphic Overrides. To bring up the window for Visibility Graphic Overrides, simply type in the letters VG on your computer and hit enter. Actually, just VG with no enter. Simply type in VG and this window will come up. Visibility Graphic Overrides. This allows you to turn off or on certain things in your model in a given view. So we're in the 02 entry-level floor plan view. We want to turn off the typography. When you open up the Visibility Graphic Overrides menu, we've got a couple of different tabs here. These are different ways of classifying the various components of your model. The first one is called Model Categories. Anything that's actually modeled in your Revit model, you can turn off here. We'll come back to this in a moment. This is where we're going to find our typography and turn it off. The next tab is Annotation. Annotation is any kind of notes, any kind of text or notes that you would like to turn off. You can find them under the annotation categories here. These would be tags, window tags, door tags, that kind of thing. The next one is Analytical Model Categories. That's not anything that that's kind of advanced. I don't really deal with this myself. The next one is Imported Categories. This is any kind of other software applications that you have imported into your Revit model, you'll find it here. So this would primarily be any kind of AutoCAD drawings that you've brought in, or any SketchUp models that you've brought in. You will find them under the Imported Categories file here. So if you brought in an AutoCAD floor plan in order to construct a Revit model, and then you wanted to subsequently turn off that AutoCAD floor plan, you would do it here. You'd go to the Imported Categories and uncheck that AutoCAD floor plan. In our case, we're going to go back to the Model Categories tab, and every possible item that has been modeled and is found in your Revit model is located here. So we're going to scroll down to the T's. These are in alphabetical order, and we want to find Typography right here, and we want to uncheck that. And then we'll hit OK. And our typography goes away. It's not deleted, it's just hidden in this particular view. Let's do one other thing. Let's just put on a couple of basic dimensions. Let's go up here to this dimension, align dimension right now. And we'll zoom in. And what I want to do is just kind of snap a dimension from the face of this wall to the face of this wall. So Revit doesn't allow you to automatically snap to the face, but all you have to do is get your dimension close to the face, hit your tab button, and the face will light up. And now you can kind of pull it up here. We just want to show some basic overall dimensions from one side to the other. I want to do the exterior face of this wall to the exterior face of this wall as well. So let's get as close to this face as we can. Hit tab until that face actually lights up blue. Pull our dimension string down until we get close to this face. Hit tab until that face lights up blue. And then we'll pull our dimension out like this. And the way to stop a dimension is to kind of actually backtrack on yourself and click there. And like I said before, if you hit modify, you can pull these out as far out as you need to get them. How far out these things need to go is purely an aesthetic thing. There's no real right or wrong answer, as long as it's clear and easy to understand what it is you're dimensioning. We might even add a little dimension on here for our little catwalk. If I go to dimension, I could go here and snap a dimension from this face to this face, and then just pull it up until it's in line with that, and then just click like that. So we could do something along those lines. Okay, now we've got something that we can actually put onto a title block sheet. So to create a title block sheet, we're going to go down to the project browser in the lower left-hand corner, scroll down here, well past 3D views, well past elevations. We're going to go to a category called Sheets, parentheses, All. And I want you to right-click on Sheets, parentheses, All, and select New Sheet. And it's going to ask you what type of title block sheet do you want to use? And the default one is 30 by 42 inch horizontal. We're not going to use that for this project. So I want you to go to the Load button, click on Load, scroll down through these folders here. This time we're going to go to the title blocks folder, and we'll double click on that. And we're going to use 11 by 17 horizontal. So click on 11 by 17 horizontal and hit Open. And then hit OK. And here is our default 11 by 17 Revit title block template, 11 inches by 17 inches. Now to bring in our floor plan here, what I want you to do is scroll up on the project browser until we get to floor plans, and we're gonna put on. Let's see if we can fit 2 of these on here. Well, no, we'll put 1 floor plan on here. It's too much for a sheet of this size. Let's go to floor plan for 02 entry level. Do not double click on this, but click and hold down your mouse button on 02 entry level floor plan. And you can drag this over, and you can see there's a little cross attached to my cursor here. I'm going to put my cursor roughly in the middle of the page, and then I release it, and then click it, and it puts the drawing in there. I've dragged the drawing off the project browser and placed it on top of my formatted title block sheet. Now I need to modify it to kind of clean things up. So the first thing I'm going to do is if I put my cursor over the drawing, it turns into a little move icon. If I push my mouse button down and hold it down, I can really reposition this. I want this to be in such a location that my drawing is kind of centered on things. And I think this looks nice. I think there might actually be room enough I could put 2 floor plans on here. So maybe we'll move this up. What I want to do, I want to move this up high enough that I could fit another floor plan underneath it, and that way we'd have levels 1 and 2 here. So now what I want to do, if I click out here, it turns off that box. I want to crop my view so I don't see all these cameras and things like that. Can you see there's these cameras are showing up in my view? If I crop my view tightly around my illustration, I can get a couple of views fitted onto this page. So to crop my view, I want to put my cursor in the middle of the view, right click on it, and opt for Activate View. When I hit Activate View, everything is now live. It's as though I'm in that floor plan view, and I can change things if I want to. What I'm going to do, having activated the view, is I'm going to go over to the properties here. It should say floor plan, because I haven't clicked anything in here. I want this to say floor plan. I'm going to scroll down until I see 3 boxes in a row, and that's these 3 boxes right here. Crop view, crop region view, and annotation crop. Just remember, you're looking for 3 boxes in a row. Put a check mark in all 3 of these and hit apply. And what that does is it shows us the region, the boundary region of that illustration. Once we put check marks in all 3 of those boxes, I'm going to click on this boundary, and I'm going to grab the little blue knobs, and I'm going to pull it in. We can wheel in too if you need to see more. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to crop this thing in. I'm going to bring these things in close enough. I like to give my drawings enough drawing space that if I needed to add in text or something, I could do it. So I might put in just a little bit of breathing area on either end in case at some later point I wanted to put in a text note with a call out or something like that. I've got room. It won't get cropped out. Once I'm happy with how this image is cropped, I'll just click to the outside. Then I'm gonna put my cursor in the middle of the drawing again. I will right click and I'll say deactivate view. Actually, I forgot a step. I'm going to put my cursor here, right click, and say activate view again. I'm going to go back to these three, and I'm going to uncheck the bottom two. Uncheck the bottom two. Leave crop view checked. The view is still cropped, but we just don't see the boundary around where it's cropped. Now I'm going to right click here and say deactivate view. Now our view, you can see there's where the entire illustration is. Now it's nice and neat. I'm going to move this up just a hair's breadth. So if I click in the middle here and use my up arrow on my keyboard, I can very precisely just move it up just a little bit. And then click outside here to deactivate. Now here's the title of the drawing. If I click on the title of the drawing and hold down my mouse button, I can get that title really close to the drawing. But now this line is too long. So what I want to do is I'm going to click on the outside here, click on my drawing again, and when I click on the drawing, this blue knob shows up, and I can pull this back to where I want it to be, and then click in the white area. And now I've got a drawing here that's working out.